Before we dive into this emotional and historic update, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Stay informed with the latest political developments, exclusive stories, and deep analysis right here on this channel. In the echoing chambers of power, where silence often says more than words, a moment has arrived that many never imagined would come so soon, yet one that history had quietly been preparing for. In what can only be described as one of the most dramatic political exits in Zimbabwe's modern history, President Emmerson Mnangagwa has finally stepped down, leaving behind an era marked by both controversy and conviction. But this was no triumphant farewell. This was a resignation wrapped in visible pain, quiet defiance, and the echoes of unfinished ambitions. For months, whispers had grown louder. Political analysts, insiders, and citizens alike speculated about growing tensions within the ruling elite, rising economic strain, and the increasing calls for generational change. And now, the whispers have turned into headlines. Mnangagwa is out. The man once known as the crocodile, feared for his patience and precision, faced a storm he could no longer hold back. As the nation held its breath, President Mnangagwa addressed the nation with a voice heavy with emotion and a gaze that betrayed the weight of the moment. There were no cheers. No loud farewells. Just the quiet thud of a political titan laying down his power. It's worth remembering the journey that brought him here. Mnangagwa rose through the ranks of liberation, intelligence, and national service. After the fall of Robert Mugabe in 2017, he took the reins of a country filled with hope. His promise? A new dispensation. A break from the past. A brighter, more transparent future. But as the years went by, that promise faced the hard reality of governance. Economic turmoil, political infighting, international pressure, and mounting unrest on the ground all chipped away at the foundations of his rule. As opposition grew stronger and allies began to distance themselves, the writing was slowly appearing on the wall. Though the departure comes officially as a resignation, many insiders suggest it was a result of intense internal pressure, a quiet but firm push from within the party's senior ranks and perhaps from emerging power brokers who sensed a shifting tide. His stepping down was not just political, it was deeply personal. This was a man leaving not just office, but a legacy under scrutiny. Yet even in stepping down, Mnangagwa maintained a composed dignity. He spoke of the people. Of challenges faced. Of dreams unfulfilled. And in a rare moment of vulnerability, he admitted to the burdens of leadership and the loneliness of power. What happens next? That's the burning question. Will this open the door to true reform? Will the nation pivot toward unity, or spiral into further uncertainty? Already, speculation is swirling around potential successes. Some point to familiar political faces, while others hint at a fresh wave of youth-led leadership that seeks to break entirely from the old guard. But one thing is clear, Zimbabwe has entered a new chapter. A chapter born from pain, reflection, and perhaps, just perhaps, opportunity. Before we wrap up, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Stay connected as we bring you exclusive updates, expert commentary, and the inside story on what's really happening behind the scenes. Subscribe and be part of the movement toward truth and transparency. This moment will be remembered not just as the end of Mnangagwa's presidency, but as a mirror reflecting the cost of leadership in difficult times. A reminder that power, no matter how deeply rooted, is never permanent, and that history, in the end, writes its own script. Stay tuned. Because Zimbabwe's story is far from over. And what comes next could change everything.